What's up, everyone? I'm really excited about today's video because I have some added value for you that I've been working really hard on this week, and I'm pretty sure no one else has this information. I'm going to provide you updated rarities and rankings based on all of the burned tokens thus far. I'm going to tell you specifically which tokens are the most undervalued and overvalued based on math and what you should get right now. But I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. All right, let's go. Okay, before we jump into the numbers, I wanted to update you on some announcements that Gary has made this week. Last video, we talked about some specific combinations and frames that he had spoken about, and I wanted to give you an update. So if you remember, he had said pies bake best in silver ovens, referencing the humility attribute and the silver frame. Now, he was asked by Discord user Danny McCarthy about this. He said, Danny asked, is it lava silver pies or just any kind of silver pies? To which Gary responded, need fire to bake. This seems to be a reference to the lava spectacular background with the humility attribute and a silver frame. Now, you may want to pick some of those up now while they're near the floor before he reveals what he's going to offer for that. Now, he was pressed about that by user @VALR, who was asking for more information about the silver ovens, to which Gary responded, you'll see in 2023. Looks like you have a little bit of time, but may want to keep that in mind. Here are a couple new hints from Gary this week. User @Han asked him about the champagne and caviar frame combination, to which Gary replied, have 5 caviar and champagne frames ready for a rainy day. Now, previously, Gary had mentioned the possibility of using the champagne and caviar frame combination as some opportunity to exchange for a prize. He said, what if I took champagne and caviar frames, and if you own those, you could have champagne and caviar with me as some type of experience. So that wasn't an official prize offering. He just threw that off the cuff. Maybe that's something that could come in the future, but for him to call it out specifically like this could mean something is coming down the road. Stay tuned for that. Gary also wrote this week, quote, green matters, emerald frames not understood here yet. And then he later added, quote, green is green. Now, you may not know this, but green is Gary's favorite color.
When you said a great moderation, I've been using a purple heart. I've been falling in love with the color purple. I've been spending so much time in it. It's too bad my favorite color is green, but I'm gonna figure this out.
So you may want to be on the lookout for some emerald frames if you can get your hands on them. It is the 4th most rare frame at 2.6% of all frames. So the pricing might be a little higher than others, but he's called it out twice. You may want to be aware. Next episode, I'll be doing a full segment on frames that include the burned frames, which obviously increase the rarity of what's existing. Finally, Gary also announced a Book Games NFT free giveaway that's supposed to be coming up next week. He was going to do it this week, but he said he got busy with VFriends 2 and also the Gift Goat mini drop that's coming out soon. So he said it will be next week. So if you're not in the Discord now, you need to get in there, the VFriends Discord. All right, so let's get to the good stuff, what you came for. What's on sale? So I ran the numbers using the original 125,000 token rarity grid that Gary provided to us and compared it with all of the burned tokens thus far. Now, for our purposes, we aren't talking about the special tokens Ogre, Pony, or Koala, and I'm not accounting for frames in this exercise. That will be next week's video. To date, roughly 2,000 tokens have been burned, which decreases the overall book game token supply to just under 123,000. At this pace, we'd run out of tokens by the end of March 2023, but we've got some diamond hands out there, so I'm not really worried about that. I then ranked the tokens based on rarity, with those having the same amount sharing a number. You can see in the list natural medians, which I call tier groups. All tokens with 279 rarity are tier group 1. All between 1043 and 1303 are tier group 2, and so on. I then updated the count factoring in the burn token and re-ranked their rarity. Now, there was some subtle movement, but it really comes into focus when you look at pricing. Now, here's a big caveat. Pricing changes by the second, and what I'm providing you is a snapshot in time. However, I do believe that these trends hold for a few days at least, if not a week or so. We'll see. And so you may want to check the pricing at the time you're making a buying decision. But let's look deeper here. I reviewed each tier group's token's floor price and came up with an average floor for the tier. Then I divided the floor price of each specific token into that average to see if that specific token is overvalued or undervalued within the tier group. And the result will come as soon as you hit the like and subscribe button. It's what Gratitude Gorilla would do, right? So here's what I found. In tier 1, Tenacity Diamond, Ambition Hollow, and Empathy Hollow, average floor listings that are around 17% under the average for their tier group. These combinations are just as rare as any gratitude or conviction attribute, but people are underestimating them. In tier 2, it's the same thing for Self-Awareness Diamond, Ambition Bubblegum, and Candor Bubblegum. These three average floor listings that are 15% below their TGFA. On the other end, people are way overvaluing Gratitude Gold, listing it 22% higher than the tier group average. In tier group 2, Kindness Hollow and Candor Hollow are listed at roughly 26% and 14% above TGAF, respectively. Again, this doesn't take into account framing and one-offs that could be on the floor. And I posted this quickly, but prices can and do change by the second. Now, if you want me to continue to update this data and provide it weekly in my videos, please leave me a comment down below. Book games are forever, and as long as you're here, I'll be here too. We'll see you next time.